Welcome to the beautiful beast. So welcome back, van lifers, to our last week in Morocco. With views like this, we were following this tractor and he wanted us to overtake us, but we weren't in any rush because it was a nice speed and the views were good. Generally, Morocco, we were there for 60 odd days. We only did 2 months in the end. We saw everything we needed to do. We didn't need to drag it out. We were very comfortable with what we did. We did just under 2,000 miles in our 60 days, and we could have gone further and done more. One of the massive advantages in Morocco is diesel is £1 a litre, which just allows you to drive anywhere you wanted, really. And it didn't fluctuate in price much, really. It was always pretty much the same wherever you went. Only a few pennies either way. Good things in Morocco. Number one, people. Wonderfully friendly. And it didn't really matter if you were in a city or in the countryside. I would say probably the countryside was a little bit more friendly. My wife turned into a royal waver. You know, she was quite happy waving to everyone. And they waved back, so she was quite she enjoyed that. The bread was super tasty. Thoroughly enjoyed the bread. They do long French sticks, or they do these little round ones. And I think some of it was like cornbread. That was really tasty. And the other lovely thing, I mean, I know you can get it everywhere, but you could just buy it fresh every morning, and it was still, in some instances, still warm. Just absolutely lovely. So, yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that. Vegetables were very cheap as well. In the markets, outside of the supermarkets, just generally out in the countryside, you'd see people selling bags of onions or just little stalls, and you could just pull over and get whatever you needed. I suppose a classic example of that is we got a massive bag of potatoes, and they were like 50p. I mean, it was really good. Stunning scenery. For us, when we came into Tajmed and kind of went over towards Quetta, first day, amazing, all right. And the other thing is donkeys. There are donkeys everywhere, and they are lovely to see. The nice thing about donkeys are they're used and they're worked, and I think animals like that enjoy the process of being worked. You can see them piled up with hay and all sorts of bits, but they seem quite happy. Tails are wagging. They look quite content with what they were doing. Didn't see any skinny ones. They're well looked after. My favourite one with them was mostly you just see them in a field just sunbathing, almost very, very happy and content, and just wagging their tails. Yeah, think about donkeys. Safety generally, you know, and most of the time we wild camped. Only for probably 10 nights in total did we actually stay in a resort or in a camper home. When you're in those, obviously you're totally safe. But I didn't. Yeah, I think we had one instance, but it may not have been. We heard a noise about 1 o'clock in the morning, but I mean that might not have been anything to do with us. That could have been just something else. But we opened some windows and had a look around, and then we didn't see anyone. And we looked in the morning, and the truck hadn't been interfered with. Beaches, as this one that we're just driving into here, good sides and bad sides. The good side is that the beaches were very white. Look at this. I mean, look at the colour of the sea and the white sand. Just stunning. And we found lots and lots of beaches. You know, that was really good. Police. Really good thing. In my opinion, it's very good that there are a lot of police, mainly on the roads, mainly with speed cameras in their hands. But I think it's a good thing that there's plenty of police and they're out there and you see them. I mean, you don't see them at home like that, do you? You might see the odd one driving around, probably just going to get some pizza. But in Morocco, you know, every few miles you'll see them beside the road, which kind of, in effect, keeps the speed in and all this unnecessary stuff from happening. So I definitely think it's a good thing. And then we come to the bad bits. Well, the only really bad bit is fly tipping is just horrendous. They just drop their rubbish beside the road. Building materials is probably the worst one. But the other side of it is, in most villages, once you get outside of the area of the village, where you're not in eyesight. So yeah, that was the only downside. That's the only negative really of Morocco, is that they need to sort out what they're doing with the rubbish, and not throw it out, and they're always bad at each other. If they can sort that out, yeah, I think it would just be amazing. Would I live there? To be honest, probably not. But there you go. So we popped into Tangier. We were driving past, so why not? Bit of a letdown, really. I was expecting probably a little bit more. It's very modern. For a town, it's very clean. But I was expecting kind of some nice French architecture. Next to our hotel, and he said, if you go and ask for reception, we drove in there, parked up. Of course, when we arrived, there's hardly anyone there. It was nice. What we didn't know was that it was part of the hotel was a casino, and all the guests for the said casino decided to turn up at 6 o'clock in the evening, and that wasn't so bad. Between 6 and 8, 9, 10, you know, people just arrived, and that was fine. It wasn't even any issue at all, really. But then they started leaving about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and I don't know if you can hear me. That's the call to prayer in the background. Quite a regular thing here in Morocco. And in the background there, down in the valley, is the port of El Butz, or Tangier Med, which is probably what it's more commonly known as. And that little town but you can just see before it is where we're going to go and stay for the night, maybe a couple of days, and then we'll go across the sea there to Gibraltar, which you can just see in the background, but we'll see. But yeah, lovely views, but very, very steep hills. We've been up a few today to get here, but yeah, what a magical place Morocco is. If you ever get the opportunity, it is definitely somewhere to do 2 or 3 months in. It's fantastic. So donkeys, there's one there you can see wagging its tail. I don't know if you can see it because I've never seen so many donkeys in my life as I have done in Morocco. They are everywhere, even down in the south, just everywhere. They are used and worked as well. They're not just kept as pets, they're actually worked. You can often see them kind of not struggling, but walking down the road with mountains of grass and stuff for feed for other animals, and they look happy enough, you know. And if they're just left on the side of the road chewing on the verges, the grass on the verges, then they all seem quite happy. And I think everyone's yeah, happy with the situation. But what an amazing place. Yeah, we've had a fantastic, well, nearly 9 weeks now in Morocco. Could we have gone a bit slower? I don't know. I think sometimes Mrs. A was in a rush to just see stuff and get around. She's done very well as well. Someone who suffers with quite a bit of anxiety at times, although she doesn't love bugs. And obviously you can hear the crickets here rubbing their legs together, making a bloody racket. Yeah, what an amazing place. Look at all the wind turbines as well. Amazing. Already. She's already. Me. Mrs. Hale wants her chariot. No drama. So we have a bit of a conundrum. We have a little bit of money left. 80 quid or less?
Maybe.
Maybe 80
quid.
I don't know. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. I think we should invest it wisely in
more ceramic.
anything but ceramics.
Floor.
I'm pointing it at me, thank you very much. That is the camera. I'm pointing it at me.
Okay.
Happy?
Where you walking? Finish there.
Well, just look up here a sec. She's lost my train of thought now. Look at that for a football pitch. That's amazing. Got Messi there. Got a little go. Lovely white beach. That's the port over there, that's where we're leaving from. Should we walk up there? I think that's the main road. And then walk back, do a circle.
I don't know how to get out there. But...
Well, if we can't, we can walk back. So I'm out exercising Mrs. Hale because
I don't care.
She gets a bit grumpy. She's not exercised.
Yeah.
Tone's a bit vicious. Can bite. Right, so we've stopped for a coffee. So YouTube, you'll be famous.
شكرا. خذ راحتك.
شكرا. Comment tu t'appelles? What's your name?
Como te llama? Aziz.
Aziz. Ali. Alistair.
Cantado.
Anglais. English.
English. Britannia, London.
Bristol.
Yes.
Let's see.
La Blanca.
Beautiful.
Playa Blanca.
Can you go down there?
Playa Blanca. Aquí, España, Tarifa.
Ah, okay.
Ah,
Yeah, we go Tangier Med
Tangier, sí.
to
Spain, Tarifa, Jabal Tarek.
yeah, and then Gibraltar.
Ah, sí.
Gracias, Aziz.
Nada.
Is my very expensive coffee. There's no sugar in it though.
Isn't it? Why?
Well, there's just no sugar in it.
If you ask. Do you want it? Oh, it's in proper glass as well.
Fucking hell, is that strong?
Yeah, I couldn't drink it.
Da-da-da-da. So there are many of these little coffee shops, and they're basically cafe percolators or coffee machines in the back of a truck. So I said to Gizzy, I've got to try one, but having been robbed for fucking 10 dirhams for a quid for a coffee, stop moaning, stop being a tight arse, I can hear you say. So yeah, why not? Beautiful views though. Look at that, stunning. That's Spain over there. So that's Tarifa, kind of in line with them boats over there. And then Gibraltar is just to the right there. I don't think you can quite see it because it's... And you can hear the crickets in the background, which is amazing. There's my beautiful wife. Hello, beautiful wife. Right, daily. So, what do you think of your authentic Moroccan donut?
Very nice.
Made by our friend over there. I don't know if you can quite see him.
Beautiful.
So basically he's just got like a wok full of oil. He's made up the batter and he can knock these out. And they were, how much were they, Mrs. Howell?
15 pence. 15 cents in euros. So approximately 10 pence each. Fresh made.
So Mrs. Howell's made the decision that because we've got 80 quid left, we're going to buy 160
Shut up.
donuts. Is that true?
No, we will not.
Oh. It would be a wise investment though.
Can you turn the camera, please?
Okay. Alright, van lifers. So we're in Tangier Med. Very cool. So obviously over that side you've got all your commercial stuff. Container ships. It's quite small. Just the other side of that is where we stayed last night. There we have Mrs. Hale, she's about to show us her bum. And over here is the other ferries. It's very, very windy. And when we arrived 2 months ago, that's where we drove up. So we went up, we followed that road up there, kind of just the inside of that mountain, went straight up there, and then ended up driving past that white mountain over there. So yeah, this is our last sight of Morocco, but we've both said we'll definitely come back. It's there's still lots more to see. I don't think we've really touched the edge of it. I'd like to spend more time in the desert. Is there anything you would like to do more in Morocco next time?
I'm quite happy what we've seen, really. Why, what do you want to do?
No, I was just thinking whether you wanted to do anything more.
Shopping?
More shopping. Yeah. Well, we'll have to bring a lorry maybe next time. Maybe we will. Maybe we'll go mad. Who knows? So there we go. We will say goodbye to Morocco. Half an hour late, but there you go. We're in no rush. We got no plane to catch. Yeah, it's been fantastic. No drama.